Feet are going to be hip width apart, arms alongside the body. Inhale, raise the arms all the way up, Tekken. Sema. Inhale, pushing forward and up. Separate the arms. Bend the legs and fold forward. Plank. Inhale, pyramid. Heels flat. Bend the legs. Giant step forward with the left foot. Exhale, dropping the knee. Inhale, dua. Exhale, duat. Dua. Exhale, geb. Stepping back into low plank, taking your time. Inhale, pyramid. High onto the toes. Exhale, heels flat. Bend the legs. Keep pushing back. Step forward with the right foot now. Lovely. Dropping the knee. Inhale, dua. Exhale, duat. Inhale, dua. Exhale, geb. Coming back up into plank. Shifting the weight forward, exhale, low plank. Inhale, pyramid. High onto the toes. Exhale, heels flat. Bend the legs, step or jump forward. Exhale, fold, dropping the head. You're gonna hold the pyramid right here. Keeping the head in line with the arms. Inhale, come all the way up. And bring it down to the first eye. Separate the arms, bend back. Soften up the arms. Inhale, coming up. Tekken. Exhale, Sema. Inhale, push forward and up, raise the pyramid. Exhale to the first eye, separate the arms, bending back. Inhale, coming up. Keep the arms separate, bend the legs and fold. You're gonna step back into low plank. Inhale, shift forward into arat, front of the toes or front of the feet, lift the chest and head. Exhale, back into low plank. And now pressing the pyramid, lift those hips high. Exhale, heels flat. Bend the legs and step forward with the left foot. Keep the hips low. Flatten out the right foot. Place that hand on the instep. Inhale, raise the arm all the way up across the chest, looking up. Exhale, lower the arm back down. And slowly step back into plank. Lower the hips a little bit more. Lower the hips, yep, right there. Lift the chest, press through. Inhale, lift all the way up. High onto the toes, pressing back. Exhale, heels flat. Spread the fingers. Bend the legs. Inhale, stepping forward with the right foot. Place that hand on the instep, flatten out the left foot. Inhale, raise the right arm all the way up across the chest, looking up. Keep the neck nice and long. Exhale, lower the arm back down. Stepping back into plank. Come down into low plank. Press up into pyramid. Exhale, heels flat. Soften up the pose and hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the legs, step or jump forward. Exhale, drop the head. Hold the pyramid, come all the way up into standing, and bring the pyramid down to the first eye, bend it back. Inhale, come up into Tekken. Exhale, Sema. Facing forward, going towards the middle of your mat. Separate the feet, about shoulder width apart. Inhale, raise the arms all the way up into Tekken. Exhale, coming down into squat and Sema. Release the hands at the bottom and come all the way back up again. Let's go ahead and do this 4 more times. Keep it flowing. Hold there. Remain standing. Exhale, Sema. Step to the front of the mat. Inhale, pushing forward and up. Raise the pyramid. Bend the legs. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the pyramid all the way down. Keep holding the pyramid. Allow the head to drop. Inhale, raise the pyramid all the way back up to standing, arms in line with the ears. And exhale, folding back down slowly. Let's get this 2 more times. Go ahead and release the pyramid. Separate the hands, stepping back into plank. Rolling forward into low plank, and then lift into pyramid. Exhale, heels flat, bend the legs. Step forward with the left foot. Exhale, dropping the knee. Inhale, dua. Exhale, duat. Inhale, dua. Exhale, geb. Stepping back into low plank. Inhale, pyramid. Lift the hips. Exhale, heels flat. Bend the legs, relax the head and the neck. Giant step forward with the right foot. Exhale, dropping the knee. Inhale, dua. Exhale, duat. Inhale, dua. Exhale, geb. Stepping back into plank. And you're holding plank for 20 seconds. Inhale up, pyramid. Exhale, heels flat. Bend the legs. And drop the knees all the way down together. Point the feet, shift back. And go into a nice stretch. Reach the hands forward, allow the head to drop. All right, inhale coming up. All four, lift up, plant the toes, coming into pyramid, heels flat. Taking small steps. Let's go ahead and step the feet forward all the way towards the hand. Trying to keep the legs as straight as you can, hands pressing down. Dropping the head. Holding the pyramid and inhale, raise up into standing. Pyramid to the first eye and open. Bending all the way back, dropping the head. Legs are nice and straight, move the hips forward, soften up the arms. Inhale, coming up into Tekken. Exhale, Sema. And release. Beautiful. You all right? Nice, nice. So we're gonna go ahead and shift into Chakrabells. That's what I have labeled them now. So let's go ahead and grab. Let's bring them closer. Bring the 16 kilo.
Is it 16 kilo now?
Yeah. This is going to be the new front of your mat, so you could be right here. You can place it right down there. So you're going to do bent over rows. Feet are going to be hip width apart. Kettlebell sliding in front of you. You're going to lean over, and then you're just going to roll the kettlebell, the handle, towards your chest. Both hands. Both hands. You could separate your hands a little bit. So your grip could be even more. Space it a little bit more. Place the hands, yeah. Could be more there along the side. Doesn't have to be exactly there, you know. And we're going to go into 30 rows. So I want you to have a nice flat back, right? Nice extension through the back. Feet pressing down. Head staying in line with the vertebrae. And let's go ahead and lift the kettlebell away from the ground a little bit and go into it. You're just going to pump it through. Yep. Yep. You could go fast if you want. We're just pumping. Just getting that area ready. So we're shifting right into it. Is that 5? No. Okay. So you're going all the way to 30. Try not to move the back up and down. If you need to put it down real quick, you can, and take another. Exhale, rolling it in. Number? 25. Let's go, you're almost there. All right, now we're getting ready to shift. Yep. You've been following, or you're joining us in this, you should be ready to go. You should be fired up right now. Yep. Sorry, folks. All right, now let's go ahead into pyramid. Adats. So for those that don't know what that is, she's basically coming into a pyramid right here. And what she's going to do, that's already her in that pyramid or triangular shape. She's just going to shift her body forward, keeping the legs and the arms straight, and lower the hips all the way down while lifting the chest and the head. And then from here, she goes right back up. So you don't have to be moving that slow. We're shifting into more of a dynamic flow. So that's one. So as long as she's working with the breath, that's fine. We're getting more into some power, right? So we moving with it. I know you saw us start with yoga, but this is holistic training. This is how we flow. In all aspects. Number?
6.
So she's working with that breath. She's inhaling as she's lifting up, and she's exhaling as she's lowering the hips. She did that for 10. After you do 10, just go ahead and come down. Just rest yourself in whatever restorative pose you want to hold on to. So she chose to go there. And everything is just relaxed. All the different muscles she was using, she's not, so completely at rest. Slowing down the breath, just taking larger breath, getting more of that oxygen into the system. Next, we're going to go into single arm rows.
Now?
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's using a 12 kilo. She's going to do standing single arm rows. So what's going to happen is she's going to maintain, she's going to step back with one leg. So that right leg is going to be stepped back. And then she's going to lower her chest closer down to the ground, to be parallel with the ground. And then she's just going to be rowing on one side. Sometimes I like to keep my other arm right here straight and just focus on rowing up the kettlebell straight towards the chest so the elbow is lifting back. All right? So you're going to do that for 8. So it's not going to be something that you do too controlled. I just want you to just go through it as far as like this. So here, just more athletic, and then lower it down. Exhale. And as I exhale, I'm contracting that muscle. I'm holding it for 1 and then back down. So I'm rowing up.
So it
I'm rowing up faster.
It doesn't touch the ground?
No, it doesn't touch the ground.
Okay.
It just comes up and back down. So it stays about 2-3 inches off the ground. So you're going for 8. This is a nice combination of being in that fitness stance, that athletic stance.
Am I like this? Or?
So let's do this side first. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. That foot is going to be probably off to the side more so you can have some balance. Yeah. And that front leg is bent as you hinge forward. So go ahead and lift it off the ground slightly. Yep. Gonna roll it up faster than that. Yeah, and then come down slower. So roll up fast. That's right, and come down slower. Let's go. 4. Come on, let's go with the breath. 5. Roll it right up towards the chest. 6. Elbow high. 7. 1 more, right. Let's go. 8. Okay, coming down. Go ahead and switch. Let's go ahead and turn around this way. Yep. Yeah. And then you're doing the other side so they can still see what you're doing. So you saw that she was rowing up. She was rowing up more, I wouldn't say completely explosively, but faster, right? So row up, hold for 1, then come down slow. So you always come down controlled because you don't want to drop that weight. Let that weight just come down. Do you know what I mean? When you're holding on to it like that, don't want to mess up your shoulder anyway. Lower the chest a little more. Let's go. 2, 3. Don't let that shoulder drop so low. 3. Let's go. Come on. 4. Bend that front leg more. Let's go. 5. 6. Come on. 7. Roll it up. Get the breath. 8. Nice.
It's hard not to engage the shoulder.
Hard not to lift the shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over time, you
I'm
just
so
think of just
tempted
keeping
to
that
like.
shoulder down. I keep my shoulder pulled back, but I think about my elbow lifting up higher. So I'm keeping my hand close towards my chest, and my elbow's just lifting higher. So I'm right here. So literally.
Yeah. I guess because it's heavy, it's tempting to like.
Yeah. I know that's going to happen anyway. I'm still just going to tell you so you don't overdo it.
Yeah.
But yes, I understand. And I already factored you doing all that with the amount of weight that I gave you to do and the repetitions that I gave you.
Yeah.
So it's enough repetitions for you to still go through it, but I want you to feel that and be strong with it, right? Okay, so go ahead into your folding of that, pyramid of that. So 10 of those. So everything we're doing is more than a dynamic speed. We just approached it with our yogic movements for an overall warm-up of the body. So that's why we did go through the yoga at first, because it warmed up everything. You know, Ujjayi, or the sun salutations, is something that you hit multiple muscle groups. Not just only hitting multiple muscle groups, but also as far as strengthening, lengthening, dealing with the mobility. So that's great to start up. So once you get 10, go ahead and take your breather. So she chose this restorative pose this time. We know this as the sesh pose. So it's always great to take that time in between, even though we're going through these movements and these poses, you can still take that time in between. Just bring yourself right back down. You don't have to be just pushing it on high, all the way through. That's how you burn yourself out, right? So she's right here just working on her, going inward, centering herself, connecting back with her breath, whether she needs to talk to herself as well. You know what I mean? You go through all that right now. And we have one more set of that same thing. So she's going to go into her single arm rows again for 8, single arm. Okay. We just did that for a start, just to get you going. Really, as heavy as that felt for the start, the way we were doing it, you're doing more with just 112 kilo. Right. But how we approach it, it was great for a good warm-up to fire up the muscles.
Okay.
So whenever I'm doing that, we got to remember that we're working these muscles here in the back, like, hitting the lats, hitting the rhomboids, those pulling muscles. So if I bring myself too upright, all of a sudden I start to go into more shoulder activity, traps and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I'm hinged down where my upper torso is parallel to the ground, and I'm just rowing up. So I'm focused really on those pulling muscles. Those same muscles that I would use transfer over into using for pull-ups. So if I'm too upright, then it becomes I start working a different muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. The scapula and...
There you go.
And the shoulder.
The shoulder.
Okay. 8?
Yeah, we went for 8. So let's start on switch. Switch sides so they can see. Yeah, switch legs. Yep, you're doing that side now. Just bring it to the side. Good. Bend that front leg. Nice and strong. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Pull it up closer to the chest. Doing 8. 6. With the breath. Nice. And switch. Let's go. Lean forward more. 4. That's it. Let's go. 5. Nice and strong. Getting that grip strength as well. Lovely. No break, right into it. Folding the lats. 410. See how he's still combining, the external weights with the own body weight. Very essential. A lot of times you go into gyms and people's only focused on like external weights. And they're focused on putting on loading with so much external weights, but when it comes to their body weight, they're not even able to handle that. So a combination is great. Because to say that people that do yoga only need to stay doing their yoga movements for their practice, it's just some old yoga dogmas, that we need to throw out. You can do all these things, And so it makes me feel a certain way, It's a different release, it's a different activation in the body, Slow movements do particular things, breathe in a particular way, and slowing down things, and just focusing the mind on one thing, but going through these movements and dealing with that resistance as well. That resistance being the additional weight, You'd all see that as far as dealing with the resistance that we face on a regular, right? But there's just something about it that when you have to deal with more resistance in your hair, like you get to kind of dig deeper for that strength, and to really utilize and just get back to that, talk about that primal self, we forget that that's what we are as well, not just spirit. How you feel? Good?
Yeah.
Right, nice. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead and move on. So we're gonna switch. Let's go ahead and get that big baby right there, that fat boy behind you. Yes, I said fat boy. I called my kettlebell a fat boy. Damn it. Feel some way about it. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that to the middle of your mat. Just drop it. Just drop it off to the side. Just drop it off. Drop it. So every time I just want you to drop it, you gotta pick it up. Not just from the handle, pick it all up. All right? So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna pick it up with both hands some type of way, but you're gonna start from your knees. And then you're gonna lift it up overhead. You're gonna do that for 10. So start from the knees always. Yep. So pick up, one knee up. Pick it up, yep. I'll press it overhead. So if you're gonna do it like that, you could alternate your pushing side, or you could just bring it all the way up and I want you to try to power it overhead. Don't wait till you come into standing to press it up overhead. I want you to be from down low to go straight overhead. So don't break it up into more movements. So one movement. So that was 1. Okay, exhale, pressing up. That's 2. Always drop it back down. Try to pick it up different every time. Use different legs to stand. Always switch it up. If it has to drop, just make sure it drops down straight and you separate your feet. Jump it out. That's it. That's 3. You can take as long as you need. Just throw it down. It's all right. It's all right.
Platform.
Oh, I see what you're just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's different when we're on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that 4?
Yeah.
So you see how much different muscles she has to use, you know what I mean? To go through this. And actually using the body, it's like functional movements. I don't just have her working in one plane like she's a robot. Just having to stand, get up. Like these are all things that we do on a regular. Squat down. If you need a longer break, take a longer break. Get your breath together and power through. Nice. What number is that?
6.
So that is a 16 kilo kettlebell that she's pressing overhead. So yes, it is some weight. She has been training. She is experienced. She's been training for some time. So this is her zone. Work at your zone. Modify whatever you need to do at home with the weights that you're able to do. But you can see it is work. I did not just give her a weight that she could just come up and down, up and down. Like, no, she has to take her time in between each repetition and really utilize those muscles, that strength. She has to dig into it. All right? So, no, that's not just a 4 kilo where it's up and down. No, you can see her. Number?
I can't remember if it's 8 or 9.
You've been working hard. Let's give you a 9 on that.
So it's 10?
Yep, that's 10. All right. Take your breather. Take your breather. That was lovely. See,
It's challenging, but it's fun. It's great. It's nice not to pick it up in the same way every time. Yeah.
yeah. So you just joining us in her session. Do you know what I'm saying? So from here, let's go down sitting down onto your butt. Go ahead and face forward this way. And go into 30 flutters. So bring your feet together, soles of the feet together, draw the heels in. And just gonna flutter those knees up and down 30 times. And once you're done with that, you go ahead and pick up the 12 kilo. However you decide to pick it up. Coming up to standing. And let's just do this for the sake of the video. Let's just pick it up by the handle, straight from the ground, into rack position, and then overhead press. Nice and powerful. Don't press up so hard where the kettlebell is going to lift away from the arm. But I want you to press it up with power and then just come down controlled. So it's not a slow lift up. Just go ahead and you can power through it. Yep. Let's go ahead and alternate sides. I want you to give me a total of 6. Alternate each arm. So that's the 12 kilo that she's picking. From the ground to racked overhead. Listen, don't worry about coming down, turning it. Just when you get it here, just drop. Just come down, drop. Rest. Just come down controlled, but when you get down there, go ahead and just drop. Boom. Let's go ahead and turn to the side for the rest. What number was that? That's probably 3, halfway there. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, that's you. That's 6. That's 6. So it's real important as well for people to have an understanding of the weight that they're using. What am I trying to do? How much weight do I need to be doing? For how many repetitions should I be doing it? So right now in this particular program that I wrote for her to follow, or this program, it's more power. It's more power. So it's bigger weight. I want her to get out of the space that she's normally into, using it for multiple times, because I think she's been working more of a muscle endurance zone. So I want to just get her more into a power space. So also allowing her to go into herself and feel great about being strong. Do you know what I mean? And just going down and having to just press through it and just get that last one. And it does make you feel, it makes you feel great. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't want her doing that for a weight, for a heavy weight, for 15, 20 repetitions, because that's going to be exhausting for her and she's going to injure herself. So I kept the repetitions low on things that I know that she's able to handle because I know her. All right, flutters. So flutters 30. So coming back down onto the knees. Yep, face that way. Soles of the feet together. It's all right. So everything is supersetted. So it's 3 main parts that we're dealing with, or 3 main exercises, but each of the exercises are grouped as a superset. So right from one, we go into the other. So this one is linked with, we have the single arm overhead press, and right from that you go into the flutters for 30. Okay, so you're moving too much of the lower body. Don't shift the hips forward and back. Try to just let the movement come from the hips, coming all the way up and then down. So you see, you're rocking your hips forward and back.
Yeah.
Just move this part up and then down, up and down.
Changes everything.
That's what we want, those inner thighs, those adductors, right? Instead of just creating an illusion that I'm opening and closing, but I'm just shifting my hips forward and back. All right, it's cool. So you already did, how many times you did single arm rows? Just did it once. Single. Don't worry. Let's go. Last set. Go ahead and pick up the 12 kilo. You're doing single arm rows, just like you did before. This time, let's go ahead and face forward. So step towards the front of your mat. Step towards the front. Yep, that's right. Just like that. So have your foot more off to the side so it's more balanced. Yeah, that's cool. Gives you a better base to stand on. Nice, let's go. 2, you could take a little breather in between. You don't have to go straight into 3. 4, nice. 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8. All right, stop. Let's do the other side. We just did the wrong exercise, but we're going to flow through it anyway. Let's go ahead and balance that out.
That's before the set before.
Yeah, it's way before.
That's okay.
All right. How many are you doing?
8.
8. All right. Overhead press. So you're just picking it up, going into racked, overhead. So alternate, do a different side now. And you're putting it down and you're changing arms. Try to exhale through the movement. Let's go. 2, 3, I got you. 2, 3, come on. All right. Coming down. Boom. 2 more. 1 on each side. All right, let's go. Nice. That's it. Just come down to
That's really
seated.
hard.
Yes, yes, yes. Easiness is not always the way to go for muscle building. That's how I get road. Flutters, 30. All right, taking a breather. Yeah. By the way, this is our allotment, if you're not familiar. That's where we're broadcasting from. It's such a big difference when you do your training, your practices and your stuff out here, just in the midst of nature and just tons of food growing. You know what I mean? This is wellness city right here, right? Just looking around. Let's go and pick some berries here, some zucchinis over there, some salads. It's like, it's all right here, all right here. And just seeing how all these nutrients, you know what I mean, this life force energy, see how they grow, how they come into fruition outside of what we see in our corner stores, you know what I mean? Our Asda's, our Publix's, or, you know, all these places around the world. Food doesn't grow in markets and stores. And last, we're gonna go into Pick up that 16 kilo. And then we're going to go into low sumo squats to overhead press. We're doing that for 8. So it's probably best to hold this in a goblet squat, like goblet, yep. See, if you're not familiar with the holding, then it's right here, the handle. Place the handle into you. I have my hands, so my thumbs are right in the handle, and I have the rest of my fingers on the actual bell. So yeah, great position. So she's gonna separate her feet nice and wide. So be mindful of feet, ankles, just feel nice and strong. Come down as low as you can, and then press up overhead, power right through. Yep, and then back down. You can take your time down. You don't have to come right up. Just feel it through. So she's going for 8. So when her shoulders start to go, she's gonna have to rely on generating that momentum by how fast she stands up, and let that energy just go through the legs, right through the arms, because that momentum will carry. 4, you see? 5. Ooh. She keeping tabs now. 6. Take a few more breathers in the bottom. You got 2 more. You don't have to just go right through.
Okay.
You could even drop the weight real quick and pick it back up. Okay. Nice. Exhale. Bicycle crunches. Coming down, feet facing that way. You're doing bicycle crunches for 30. Hands lightly touching the head. Right here, look. Let's go. Bend one leg, straighten out the other.
Like this?
Yep, start right there. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale as you rotate. 7. You could go faster than that. 8, 9, okay. 10, 11, 12, 13. Just lightly touching the head. 16, 17, 8, let's go. 7, come on, lightly touch the head. 6, open the chest. 5, turn. 4, let's go. 3, let's go, keep it together. 2, you're separating movements. 1, release. That's you. Break. So right here, this is a 45-second break in between. All right. Let's go ahead and face this way doing it this time. Stay in the middle of your mat, just facing this way. So we're going for 8. Remember, always check in to see how you feel, the last round that you did. Oh, you know what? I think I went a little bit too quick. Maybe I could have taken a little bit more break, preserved my energy because I gave too much too quick. You might say that. Always think about those things, right? Let's go. 8, starting from sumo squats to overhead press. So you're holding in a goblet, like you're doing a goblet squat. Yep. Separate your feet more. Now turn them out. Yep, let's go. So make sure to breathe. Exhale as you're lifting it up. What number was that? Okay. Exhale. So from down here, look, get yourself together. From down here, as I'm lifting up. Exhale. Take a breather. Right. Did you have one more, or that was you? Was that you? Yeah. Bicycle crunches. Right into it. 1, 2, 3. So keep the arms, keep the upper and lower body moving together. Yeah. 6, 7, nice. 8, 9, 10. Reach towards the knee. Have the elbow reaching towards the knee. That's right. Come on. Halfway.
20.
Mafia. All right. Break. 45. Let me use this time to tell you about the products that we have available. Then you come in as beard oil, best beard oil coming in. Sorry, I don't have anything like that. Hey, but if you're willing to use my face for your products, I'm all for it. I have no problem with things that I use. So let's get this money. Okay, well, commercial is over. And last one. That last set, right? That last set. Digging in.
Which way? This way? This way?
You can face forward. Why don't you come off right here? Why don't you come off over here? Go ahead. number?
No, I got it.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on, let me just something. How many more you got left? That was it? All right. Yay. Well done. Bicycle crutches. Let's go. 6, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah.
I did it.
She did it. Did you?